Day 5 of Hospice Care Week here at Cornwall Hospice Care. The sun is shining, it's a glorious morning, and we're back at our St Julia's Hospice in Hale. Welcome. We are still on the theme of we have the time to, and today we want to talk about the fact we have time to prepare a patient's favourite meal and to talk about part of the hospice that perhaps goes unnoticed in some ways because the chef isn't always on the ward. So I'd like to introduce you to today's duty chef here at the hospice, Clare Cheney, and I'm just going to shout to her now from the kitchen. Clare, are you able to just pop out?
Good morning. On the busiest day of the week.
Oh,
Sorry.
That was always going. It was always going to be thus. I'm sorry. And the good thing about today is it's chip day, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, always popular.
Yeah.
Staff and patients alike.
Funny how we chose Friday then.
Yes.
Claire, just tell me a bit about your work. What does your day look like as chef at a hospice?
Well, we deal with each patient individually. We go around and talk to them and find out what they want to eat, and if we haven't got it, then we'll try and do it for them. We're always phoning up and saying, can you bring this into work with you? And so we do have a menu that we follow, but we cook whatever they fancy, really, and talk to them.
What's it like? Not every chef has to go out and talk to the customer. I mean, you rarely see a chef come into the restaurant and sit down and go, what do you fancy tonight? How easy or difficult is that conversation?
It varies from patient to patient. And because we deal with the relatives as well, and sometimes they're quite upset, and just talking about food takes their mind off things. Food tends to be the last thing patients are in control of, and the last pleasure they get. So we try and keep it as pleasant as possible.
And how easy is it to meet their wishes? I mean, what sort of things do you sometimes get asked for?
Well, strange things, but somebody liked cherry pie filling, so cherry pie filling and custard. So we went down to Asda and got a tin of cherry pie filling. Things like red salmon, we'll do that. But we've got stocks of little bits of everything.
And of course, food is important, but maybe appetites aren't as big. So do you get sometimes disappointed when you've gone to a lot of trouble, you've made a lovely meal and people can't eat it all?
No, because I know what it's. I've been here 13 years now, so it's like, you know that they're trying, and as long as they've tried, I'm happy, and I know I've made it look as nice as I possibly can. And we use a lot of butter and cream and put as much nutritional value into every meal that we can. I said, if I've got to be this size, so everybody else.
When you set out and you got into the world of cooking, did you ever imagine you'd land up being chef in a hospice?
No, I was pubs and clubs all the way through. I just came here as a bank cook several years ago and worked my way up through, and I love it now. I'm really hopefully be here till I retire.
In many, many years' time, let's just say that. And what's special about it? What keeps you here?
It's the team. We're one big team. Everybody is friendly. It is such a happy, nice place. Everybody appreciates what you do, and it doesn't matter whether you're the top consultant or everybody's the same. We all sit and talk, and it's just a joy to come to work.
And I mean, that one big team is important, and it is this whole week, Hospice Care Week, is about being able to show people that it isn't just the nurse that you might meet. There's this whole army of people that are doing things. What sort of reaction do you get from families when they're sitting in the room and probably the last person they expect is the chef to arrive?
Yeah, and I'd say, like, you're welcome to have breakfast, dinner, tea, and they say, oh really, are we allowed? And there's no visiting hours, so they can, and we don't have set times. If they don't want to eat until their lunch till 3 o'clock, they can have their lunch at 3 o'clock, and we just try and be as nice as possible and as flexible as possible.
And one of the things that I always think is wonderful, we can offer people a drink. So if they
Yes.
fancy a sherry, they
Yeah.
can have a sherry.
Yeah, we got a little cupboard and a little stash in the cupboard, and they can, if we haven't got it, we'll try and get it for tomorrow, or sometimes if it's something specific, then one of their relatives will bring it in and we just dish it out as and when they want it.
Now,
We do always ask if it affects their medication first.
Of course, yeah, no, understood. The other thing I was going to ask you about was you and the support for you. Because you meet the patients and their families, there must be difficult days for you, like there are for the nurses, where perhaps someone particularly strikes you. Who looks after you and makes sure you're okay?
Everybody, we all just, yeah. I know at the moment we're not allowed to hug, but there's lots of virtual hugs going on, and yeah, and I've got good support at home, and we come in here, and a lot of people come into the kitchen and go and go out again. It's a little haven in here.
Of course it is, and it's a haven of goodies as well.
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, and cake helps.
your legendary cake, I have to say. A cake is a great healer sometimes, isn't it? And it's something that puts people at their ease as well.
Can I just, Adam, can you check the cake? Sorry.
Yeah,
I can
Adam,
smell
please.
it. I'm thinking, oh.
What's the cake today?
It's a banana cake today. So
Very
he's fine.
Oh.
Good.
good news. Claire, thank you, because it's really lovely to get a glimpse into another part of a hospice. And you are a face that people will get to know if and when they're at the hospice, because you're part of that team. And we appreciate your time. We've managed to catch you between breakfast and getting ready for lunch,
Yes.
but you mustn't be late with the chips.
No, that's.
So thank you. We'll let you disappear off, but thank you for your time.
Thank you. That's okay. And I'm off. Bye bye.
Bye. And that's Clare Cheney, who's our chef at St Julia's Hospice, giving a glimpse into yet another part of our world. Our weekend's on Sunday, so there's more to tell you through today and Saturday, but Sunday evening at 6 o'clock, we're going to be hosting a question and answer session where you can ask questions, perhaps born out of what we've told you this week, or just something you've always wanted to know about our hospice care. So if you have got a question, drop us an email to communications@cornwallhospice.co.uk and we'll make sure that we address it on Sunday at 6 o'clock. In the meantime, thank you for your continuing support. We hope you're learning every day from the glimpses we're giving you behind the scenes. And thank you also for the way you're supporting our new bed appeal, Terry's Bed Appeal, to make sure we keep the beds open at both Mount Edgecombe Hospice in St Austell and at St Julia's here in Hale. If you want to know more about us, it's cornwallhospicecare.co.uk.